what?
Okay, so we're back now.
Okay, E-Hole7. What 2 or 3 superstars in WWE do you think are better off in TNA and vice versa?
What do you call TNA's booking?
Is it booking?
I don't think so.
No. It's
See, books are valuable, except I'm not even going to mention the book that I really dislike a lot. But let's just say I have a mate.
This is a book.
Let's just say I have a mate over there in England that believes that no book should be burnt, even though I feel there's a certain book that should be burnt. Anyway.
Does it involve...
We'll get into that some other time. Clint Burton! Now, is it even booking?
No, it's just a bunch of monkeys going together, banging on drums and all that crap.
Well, if TNA had sensible booking, most people would say Shawn Benjamin. I would definitely agree with that. The only thing is he has a little bit too much size for the X Division guys.
Joe.
Brian Kendrick, definitely. I would really like to see him also in between the X Division and the Heavyweight Division.
With his new character, too.
Mm-hmm.
With his new
character. But again, guys, I'm really tired. Yeah, there's a few guys, you know. I would say some of the more smaller guys, definitely, you know.
Now, for TNA to WWE, that's the one I will answer. Biss could fit in WWE very easily.
What do you mean, like a feud with him and Kane, you mean?
Not exactly. I think people would expect that. You would have to tease that before you actually... Because that was the problem when they brought in Kurt Angle, because everyone wanted to see Kurt Angle and Joe, but they brought it right to us right away, whereas if they would have teased it for a year, it would have been perfect. And, again, Joe, if they book him right, Joe could definitely work in WWE, because he has the size.
He'll just be another Umaga.
Well, not anymore, because they already have Umaga.
Oh, God, he'll be more stereotypical. Jesus.
He'll probably be like Rikishi.
I know you might not agree with this one, definitely. I would say definitely a few years back, Abyss was better than Kane.
Yeah, he was being booked better than Kane at one time. But
at one time, definitely.
But now...
In some ways, he is kind of better than Kane. It depends how you look at it.
But the thing is, though, at least I could still see Kane as somewhat of a monster. What do you see Abyss now as? Exactly. Anyhow, if there was anybody else, I wouldn't put AJ. Because I'm just afraid...
Hell no.
I mean, AJ's perfect in like every way as far as a wrestler goes. WWE would just not see that. They would see him as another mid-carder or a cruiserweight.
Yeah, and we gotta mention Shawn Michaels again. Do you believe that?
Oh my God, AJ and Shawn.
I know people want to see that, but this is gonna sound crazy. But trust me, guys, I know what I'm talking about. I don't think that match would work very well. I just don't. I just don't see AJ and Michaels really having that great chemistry in the ring.
What about AJ RVD?
That could work a lot better. Definitely.
Yeah. Shawn Michaels and Joe?
Depending how his book, definitely could work.
Yeah, I guess so. But that question's answered.
Because I mean, when you really think about it, you know, Shawn... I'm not saying AJ doesn't have ring psychology, don't get me wrong, but Shawn incorporates more storytelling in ring psychology.
Yeah.
AJ's more athletic. Now, you can say contrast and styles kind of work, but for some reason, I just have a feeling those two really won't work as best as they could with other people. That's what I'm saying.
Fair enough. Killer King 91, I have a question for you guys. What do you both think of WrestleMania 2000, the only WrestleMania that did not end, that did not have like X8, etc., considering it was an Attitude Era Mania, where many fans loved, though the WrestleMania at the time was not liked by a percentage of peeps. That was the WrestleMania where Triple H basically won against The Rock, Big Show, and Mick Foley.
I'm going to be honest with you, I was really young when I saw it.
Same here.
I mean, I'm young now, so I'm not really much of an opinion on it. It's just being truthful. People are mad because the McMahons are all over it. I really didn't care.
Let me put it to you this way. I've always hated that Mania. It was always on my top 5 worst Manias I had ever seen. It was just so bland. Although, it did have the TLC, and it had Angle, Jericho, and Benoit. But
those two matches was definitely good.
I don't remember them that well, but I remember hating that Mania. But anyhow...
You know, it's funny because the TLC match is probably... The Triple Threat match, on paper it does stand out, but really the TLC match is the match that stands out the most. Out of all the years, I mean, that match really, you can really...
Now, mind you, that's not the X7 one, or WrestleMania 17. That's...
No, but still, I'm concerning that paper.
Yeah. Anyhow, Ace Stone 08. Hey, Aaron, how you doing? considering it's Dragon Gate's first pay-per-view in the States, I wonder why the Dragon Gate event in Philly is not really getting that much attention from the internet. You have any input?
Typical internet fans. Typical fans that they think they're smart and they think that they're being hardcore just by judging all the time, and they don't promote anything.
Put it this way, Cena's not on the card, so they're not going to talk about it.
Can I say something?
What's up?
What would happen if you would actually promote a Dragon Gate video? Would people even, would most people watch?
Go look at my videos. Go look at my Shakara video. It doesn't even have 1,000 views.
My vid's the same thing. Most people wouldn't even watch. But yeah, people should bring more attention to the show. But I mean, what can you do? Some people just don't want to listen if it's not WWE and TNA, and this show is just it's no different.
Alright. NWO reviewer. Should TNA get another belt for the mid-carders to fight for? And what's your favorite WrestleManias? As far as a belt for the mid-carders, they already have enough belts to begin with. They got the world title, they got the Knockouts title, they got the tag team titles, and they got that fucking, what's that, Legends title? X Division title? What do they need?
Although I will say this, I do believe, and I agree with Josh on this one, that it shouldn't be an X Division title, it should just be a secondary title.
Unless they would have lived by their saying there are no weight limits. It's not about weight limits, it's about no limits.
Exactly.
Joe proved that. As for your favorite WrestleManias, if I had to make a top 5, I was going to make a video on this, but my top 5. Number 5, WrestleMania 10. Just for the ladder match and Bret and Owen. WrestleMania 24, for the drama, the moments in that WrestleMania. I seriously can't complain about anything on that Mania. WrestleMania 20, do I really need to get into detail? I mean, Undertaker's return, Chris Benoit's win, Eddie Guerrero's match, etc. Number 2, WrestleMania 19. I think we know why. And surprisingly, my number 1, WrestleMania 14. Where Austin won the title, and it has my favorite match of all time on it. Undertaker vs. Kane. Just the storytelling in that match, I think it's underrated. One of the most underrated.
Leading up to that match, too, was pretty cool.
Undertaker Kane. And think about it. That was the one match that you could go watch that match and tell me that Kane didn't look strong. I dare you.
Definitely.
I dare you. What about you?
Definitely. He was booked very well in that match. I don't really have favorite WrestleManias, but I do have a lot of favorite WrestleMania moments and matches.
Well, what's your favorite WrestleMania match and moment?
Wow. I can't pick one favorite.
Or just pick one. Just name one as an example. Anyone.
Flair and Michaels. Michaels yet again.
Yeah. I mean,
yet again. Flair and Michaels, you know, Owen and Bret, Michaels and Razor, all the TLC
just
matches.
any match Michaels was in.
Yeah, basically.
There you go.
Michaels Mark, you know.
I'm a Michaels Marcus, though.
You know. Michaels and Angle, you know. Definitely tons of...
Hell, even though I didn't like the match, most people do.
What?
Undertaker, Shawn Michaels.
I was there live for it, too.
Where
were you, man? You know, because it was calling.
Oh, watching on stream. I'm watching on stream. Where it was freezing every 2 seconds. Okay.
I thought you ordered it.
No, I did order it. And I regret it to this day. I think I should have watched it freezing every 2 seconds. Because it sucked. Anyhow, AGA Orton 34. Which of these 3 companies do you prefer and why? Shakara, PWG, and ROH. Second question. Do you think a double as 2-time champion was a good idea? And other than Hero, who would you like to see Lance Storm wrestle?
I was never big on Lance Storm. Never.
Wrestling ability-wise, he's great, but he's just like Lashley. The mic skills just draw away from him.
I mean, no disrespect. I'd rather read his stuff than... I mean, I'm more of a fan of his writing.
Yeah.
I'm not saying he sucks. It's just I was just never big on him. As far as AW is concerned, hell yeah, making him 2-time champion was great.
We
Definitely.
were there.
We were there, man.
We were there.
Tyler Black, he was hot way before that. And I think at this point it's a little bit too late to put the title on him. And I think he does need a little bit more building, but definitely AW is a good way to go, you know? This new character is great, you know?
Oh, fuck yeah.
And he's not Austin Starr.
No.
I don't know why people saying he's Austin Starr. As far as the companies, oh, man. This was a good question because I have a lot of things to say about PWG, man. Let's talk about PWG for a second.
He's going to talk because I don't watch it.
In one of my vids, I asked, what's wrong with California? And I was told the wrestling scene is dead. It's mind-boggling the type of cards that PWG puts on, the kind of money they waste, and the low attendance that's there. My problem with PWG is, and this is constructive criticism, I don't think they make their matches seem important enough. They gotta make their matches seem more important than what they really are. And another thing is, again, you only have a few hundred people, and they're bringing guys in from Japan, Mexico, Europe, Canada, all over the place.
Paul London would
big names, huge names, and the fans are just not there. They need to probably run a show one day in New York and really heavily advertise it. I mean, they've been in multiple different countries. Why not try to run New York one day? Will it draw as much as Ring of Honor? Maybe not, because it's not that big of a name here as Ring of Honor is, but their cards are amazingly strong. Chikara, I like it a lot. It's not that much of my cup of tea, but I still have a lot of respect for their guys. I mean, they're heavily trained, but he's the big Chikara mark, so he can get on it more.
Chikara, I said it in my last
They have a lot of great matches, too, and you guys should really check out their students.
There's never a DVD that I've bought from Chikara that I didn't like.
It's not for everybody.
It's not for everybody, I will admit that. But if you do like one DVD, you're going to like all of them. I'm just saying that. ROH, I love them. I've been watching more of it ever since the live show that I went to, and I'm going again in September.